Hi there, I'm Lightspeed Reviews, and welcome to an exciting table discussion. So remember to keep your hands, arms, and feet inside this discussion at all times, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the discussion.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Geeky Journalist, and welcome to a roundtable discussion, as he just mentioned.
And hello, people, I am Rue from RetroRue. I make retro reviews, and I hope you enjoy it, and that is a terrible tongue twister.
Alright, guys, we're going to be here discussing
everyone's favorite character of all time.
Good grief.
That's I'm already...
I can tell this discussion's already gotten underway, and, yeah, I'm here, well, to start this off, this is an inspiration off of Toon Critic Y2K, which, by the way, thank you, you're one of the coolest guys out there if you're ever watching this, but this is something I've wanted to do for the longest time. I wanted to do a discussion like this with these guys, and I hope to do future discussions with these, or any more if I get to. So yeah, we're discussing Diamond Tiara, and the reason why is, it's because of my own experiences with a bully that I had, and I recently ran into him years ago. Well, years ago, recently, what's wrong with me? But, yeah, ever since Flight to the Finish and Crusaders of the Lost Mark, and Lily Peet's video about her, just gave me a lot of food for thought. And this is what we've gotten started on, so I'll start things off, if you don't mind, fellas?
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Flight to the Finish. We all remember where she hit that low blow of Scootaloo's disability. Yeah. That's where everyone hated her. Everyone hated her from that moment on. But I always thought there was something more to her. And then a few years later in community college, around 2012 or so, and that was like around when season 2 was going on, right? Or season 3, right?
Yeah.
Season 2, season 3?
Yeah, season 3.
Yeah, when season 3 started, I was like, oh god, I can't stand her. But then, I always thought about something. I actually ran into a bully of mine, an ex-bully of mine. This guy I used to wear glasses. He would break my glasses. He broke them twice, broke the bridge, and quite thankfully, secretly, I'm grateful for that because those things give me a headache. He and several others broke my school bags, one of them being a messenger bag, one of them being a roller bag, of all things. Another thing, he dumped my favorite soda into my bag, Sprite. And eventually, my mom tried to get them to keep him and me separate from each other, but the teachers did nothing. And eventually, she told me to be a little crazy like my Auntie Lena and stand up for myself. So all I did was, he was trying to talk to me, and I had enough of this short guy. I accidentally did something when I was standing up for myself. I threw my bag onto his foot, and I yelled, "What? What do you want?" And they separated us, and we got to, and I thought I was in trouble, but my mom was proud of me for standing up for myself. Okay, so years later, come 2012 when I'm in college, I meet up with him again, and surprisingly, he apologized for his mistakes. He apologized for picking on me. I hadn't seen him in years, and the guy was sorry. And I found out you know how bullies have uncontrollable circumstances, right?
Yeah.
He had uncontrollable circumstances. His parents and home were giving him a lot of flack. I guess middle school, because middle school being one of the most violent times in a preteen's life.
Yeah.
It was like that. Those conditions weren't helping, and the medications he was on, because medication can make people little loopy,
yeah,
and a little moody, depending on you're the type of person. And I forgave him for what he did, because I understood his circumstances. I wasn't like one of those people that Lily Peet pointed out, that you would laugh at your tormentor's circumstances. I did not do that. Look at me. I am not the kind of person that would do that. I would never laugh at my tormentor's circumstances. Those kinds of circumstances are nothing to laugh at. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is nothing to ever laugh about, and I never, ever want to see anybody laughing. And those are circumstances I will never, ever put a person under. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are circumstances I never... Heck, if you have a parent... And here's what happened. For the longest time, we never seen Diamond Tiara's mother. And you know how her dad was so nice and so loving, so caring of her?
Yep.
I always wondered if the abuse was coming from her mother, and I was right. When Crusaders
Yeah, that was my original theory. That was my original theory after seeing her father and, like, how, like, Kanye was... And even when he made her, like, participate in something when he found out that she was teasing the rest of the Cutie Mark Crusaders, like in the Zap Apple season episode. He made her take part in the Zap Apple traditions.
And there was even a comic book afterwards that explained that she got grounded for that.
Yeah,
he was a firm but fair, and even though he spoiled her, he was still a good parent.
Yeah.
And then her mother comes round. Her mother, oh my god. She's one of those parents who puts a lot of expectations on her kid. And that is something I can't and I don't like. I don't like the fact that a parent has to put such high expectations on a kid, especially if it's a parent who has to teach a person to be mean to others. That's not for me, that's not ever how the world should work.
Yeah,
No.
I can attest, I've met a parent like that. My friend Zach Carpenter in high school, his mom was, like, almost exactly like that. The only difference is...
Rich?
Yeah, the only difference between Spoiled Rich and Zach's mom is that I'm pretty sure that Spoiled Rich wouldn't call in a bulldozer to come in and bulldoze the patio when she gets mad at her kids.
Oh, jeez.
I was there for that.
And with, anyway, with her, and the way she was treating her own child, I'm like, back up! You're a mother who's supposed to be nothing but love, nothing but kindness towards your daughter? That is something... Oh, no. I'm putting my hoof down. Yeah, I'm putting my foot down here, guys. I can't stand that kind of a parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, like, yes, she's, as Keyblade Pony put it, she's kind of a spoiled bitch. But I'd love to see a redemption come from her, because, like, my friend's mom, my mom actually sat down and talked with her after learning about what she did, and his mom for the rest of the high school year kind of chilled out, kind of relaxed, and I'd love to see that with Spoiled Rich, Spoiled Rich.
But then again, we do have people who aren't exactly like that, who aren't willing to turn themselves around for that.
Yeah,
and Spoiled Rich is proven to be one of those.
Which is something I'd also like to see. I'd like to see a character that doesn't get a redemption story, that doesn't get a redemption arc.
And and funny enough, they put us through this for 4.5 years with Diamond Tiara, and and if you have noticed in certain episodes, they hinted at this for the longest time. It took me quite a while to notice.
Yeah, like I noticed, kind of like, because part of what I want to go to college for is to learn how to be like a successful author, like George R. R. Martin, Tolkien, and as soon as I saw what her father was like, I'm like, now this could come from two things. Either one, her mother is putting her under all the pressure, or the lack of a mother is causing her to act out like this. Kind of like...
Yeah, and
it looks like we found out which it is, which is, if you think about it, I mean, like Vlad was saying, yeah, there are a lot of people out there like that. I mean, I can also explain from a whole different opposite perspective of that. Like some of my old closest friends, they are actually really spoiled, wealthy, and their parents are very sweet. Like some of the sweetest people you ever meet. They're very down to earth. They're very humble. They're very grounded, and they keep their kids grounded. And I think the important thing about Diamond Tiara is that, you know, we basically know her for basically going flank, 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 flank,
it's
flank,
blank
flank,
flank.
flank.
It's blank flank if you get the catchphrase right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm like not even. I'm sure there are viewers out there who don't even realize that. Yeah, I'm not a brony, guys. I'm like the outsider.
Hold on a minute. Let me look at the comments. Oh crap! They're already giving you a lot of flack.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sorry,
giving
guys.
They're giving the guy who is an outsider.
My friend is not exactly an avid brony. We are working on him. Right, Vlad? We are working on him.
Yeah, he's a cash. He's a cash right now, but we'll get him there.
He's casual. We'll get him there.
Filthy casual.
I know, but hey, at least I think I sound like her, right?
You kind of do. Little bit.
See?
You just need to work on it. You need to work with it. You need to listen to enough voice clips of Chantal Strand.
Right. Well, the thing that I think about it is and this is from the outsider's perspective, mind you. And I'm pretty sure the comment section fans are going, an outsider? Oh my god. What does he know? Well...
An outsider's perspective. I think he means, guys, for those of you who are listening, he means like someone who's seen that particular bully perspective from a bystander's point of view. He doesn't mean like outside the fandom or anything. That's what he means. He means like experience, seen it, hasn't stepped in to do anything. That's what he means by that.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I've been kind of on, I could say, well, I have been on the other receiving end of being bullied. In high school, I used to get picked a lot. I got hit in the head with rocks.
Oh!
For being short and for being
short. I can hear a lot of Ed Elric's jokes popping in my head right now, and I don't want to say them.
Yeah, I can feel you,
people
man.
have been basically gigantic dicks to me growing up throughout most of my life.
Whoa. If you're going to be doing this on my channel, from now on, any future discussions, I do not want to age restrict any of this. My family's watching these. My family are subscribers, so...
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I apologize if any... So, G-rated style of it simply is I've been on both ends, on the receiving end of it, and it's never a fun thing to be picked on. It's not fun when all this stuff happens to you. So, everyone has like an outlet, I think, for Diamond Tiara, at least what, some of the episodes I've seen of her. I think this is her outlet. This was
her outlet. This is what it was. And a lot of kids, especially when it comes to your parent, and it's a parent that's abusive, you can't really speak out. You can't say it. You can't say what you want.
Yeah.
And even if you try to come up with it nicely, there's no way, because you never know how your parents are going to react. And honestly, when I watched Crusaders of the Lost Mark again, I was scared for Diamond Tiara. I was scared she was never going to be out of that house, or at least away from that mother, because that kind of a mom. I was frightened. I
have a question. Does divorce exist in Equestria?
That's what I've been wondering myself, and we're in discussion. Let's not deviate from anywhere.
Yeah, because if divorce exists in Equestria, and if the dad is, because I haven't seen that episode yet, I think if the dad is this really nice guy, he's there, he's supportive.
A lot of guys who are those nice guys, they tend to turn a blind eye to these things.
Yeah, well, if a divorce exists there,
he probably should, and
it would be an interesting lesson to show kids.
Even though, and here's the honest thing. Lily Peet mentioned how it would be fun to be, laughing at Diamond Tiara for her circumstances. Okay, here's the thing. I've seen Red Cord, Silver Quill, and several other Brony analysts do this to Diamond Tiara. I gotta admit, this was before Crusaders of the Lost Mark. Burning her at the stake, twice, once in a review, once in a dream sequence in that review, in a different review, admittedly, and send her to Mephisto's realm. I don't care if it's a bully or not. I don't care. Even if I do wish those circumstances, I never mean them. Because for me, a life is a life. No matter what, I wouldn't wish it on anyone but someone trying to hurt me or hurt my family.
Yeah,
physically.
Yeah.
There's only one character that I would go to that extent with that, and that was Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones. He was the only character that I wished a
circumstance.
Yeah, a very, very painful suffering to happen to him, because as probably you guys know him from the internet and stuff, Joffrey Baratheon is one of the most hated characters in all of fiction because of his brutal nature, his sadistic sense of humor, and his overall disregard for human life and any other type of life. So
it's like a baby Joker, then?
I'd have to say a little bit worse than the... I'd have to say a little bit worse than the Joker, because whereas the Joker, like, shot a girl that was catching a baby, Joffrey took his betrothed's wife, brought her into court, had her publicly humiliated and almost bad things that only guys do to girls when the girl says no and the guy does the thing, and then the guy gets like 10 to 20 years in prison. And that was only stopped. Yeah, that was only stopped by somebody else stepping up and being like, no, the king can't do this. We don't care if you are king, you can't do this to a girl. So I was like, I really don't like him, so I'd like him to be, like, gone. You know, to burn. But Diamond Tiara, I'm like, yeah, she's a kid. She's a kid. Don't burn her at the stake.
And let's remember, kids, they do this to each other all the time.
Yes.
And not to mention, they forgive and they forget.
Yeah, they're
but
like...
you guys think maybe, sorry to interrupt, guys, but do you think maybe she kind of picked up this behavior from her mother as well?
That's what it's happened, and we're sorry for spoiling Crusaders of the Lost Mark for you. We are so sorry. What season are you on? You need to catch up.
Me? I think I'm on, like, season 2?
Oh, God!
But I did saw the season 4 finale and all of season 4, too, so...
Yeah.
You've seen season 4, then?
Yeah.
You're just still working your way back.
I'm literally hopping around. I'm like a Time Lord, you know? I mean, hey.
You're finishing up, right?
Yeah.
Alright. I haven't seen season 5 yet, so...
So, we're not going to spoil the rest of the season. I'm sorry we spoiled
just a tiny bit.
It's fine. You can spoil it for me.
Yeah.
Me and Vlad here are gonna remain from spoiling you from now on.
Yeah. No. Spoiler tag?
Spoilers. Anyway, in case if you do say, I hate you, I will respond with, no you don't.
Yeah. Like...
Yeah, because strong in the dark side you may be.
Yeah, my mom has a very, and this is a philosophy I've picked up, you can't hate something if you don't have a deep relationship with it. Like, unless you've been through, like, a bunch of stuff with that specific thing that you claim to hate, you probably don't. Same thing with love. You can't love something unless you have a deep personal connection to said thing.
Yeah, and with Diamond Tiara and the abuse, it actually, funny enough, it kind of paralleled, actually, hold on, I'll get to that. Actually, the funny thing is, when Lily Peet said that we should have laughed at Diamond Tiara for her own humiliating circumstances, admittedly we did, but then when we admittedly, I honestly thought that Scootaloo would have been the one holding the big grudge.
Yeah.
Especially after what happened in Flight to the Finish.
Yeah.
By the way, yes.
No more spoilers.
Yeah, Rue?
Yeah?
We only give out the episode. We're only doing episode titles. That's the only spoilers for you from now.
Yeah.
If we do these roundtable discussions.
Is it the one where they're at the talent show and Diamond Tiara comes up with Silver Spoon and they're...
Oh, you've seen that! Never mind!
Yeah.
Never mind.
It was, to make fun of... She kind of pulled a Donald Trump there, making fun of a disability, so...
Yeah, which, by the way, I am autistic, and I complicitly had to draw the line there.
Same here, my friend, same here.
Same here.
All three of us are autistic. And
3 autistic people in the same group.
2 of them are bronies, and one of them is a casual fan that we need to have him immerse in it.
Getting you there. We'll get you there one day.
As Josh Scorcher and several others have put it, one day you will be mine.
And I can simply say, and that is why you fail.
Anyway, enough schlacking around. Yeah. Let's get back to this. So, honestly, ever since Flight to the Finish, I thought Scootaloo should have been the one holding the deepest, darkest grudge here. I always thought that when she learned about Diamond Tiara's circumstances, she would have been in that treehouse confronting her about it, and the two should have had like some big shouting match. I always thought that this thing should have been a 2-parter, at least, where in the front half you have Scoot and the first part of the first half of the second parter. you would have had Scootaloo never be able to forgive Diamond Tiara. But then, by the end, she does forgive her and learns to stand up for Diamond Tiara.
Yeah.
But then again, those kind of grudges, that would have taught for part 1, that would have taught a dirty lesson in kids' minds.
Yeah.
That would have taught them to hold a grudge, and Benchwarmers taught us we should never do that.
Yeah.
You have seen the movie, right?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Despite its crude humor, the lessons it laid to never hold a grudge, and even if you're a bully, you need to learn to say you're sorry. That it doesn't matter if the person forgives you or not, just as long as you're willing to apologize for your actions. It'll be all in the past. That's what I love about that movie, despite the crude humor. And that's what I take to heart about these things.
Yeah, I kind of had to teach my girlfriend the lesson of don't hold a grudge, because she's been holding a grudge against a certain person. I'm not going to name names, but she's been holding a grudge against her for almost 2.5 years now.
And sometimes that lesson needs to be learned again and again.
Yeah, I'm just like, listen, babe, I know that she hurt you very deeply and emotionally, but holding a grudge isn't a good thing. It's going to fester, and then it's going to boil over. Then, I was like, ultimately, your anger is going to come out at me. Because it happens quite frequently. So, just go, let her say she's sorry, I'll be there with you if you want me to go with you. And we did, we went, they conversated. My girlfriend said she's not willing to forgive her yet, but the good thing is that they talked. They actually got it out of their system, so.
It'll get there. It takes a long time.
Anger either. That just isn't going to work for you. It's just going to build and build and build and build until it explodes, and that's just not a good thing.
You remember what happened to that kid in Benchwarmers, that one kid that one of the characters tried to talk to?
Yeah.
That's another thing that can happen here. And with that, that's what I was worried for Scootaloo. I thought she would have held a grudge, but then, lo and behold, Crusaders of the Lost Mark aired, and in so many episodes, took the high road. And she was willing to put herself on the line for someone who may or may not have deserved it. And that is brilliant!
Hashtag Scootaloo is lawful good paladin.
Alright, okay. Let's,
Hashtag I am a D&D nerd.
Anyway, so I wanted to ask with your thoughts on it, Commander.
Personally,
her character.
Personally, for her character, when I first saw her, since I like to analyze character archetypes, I was like, oh yes, the typical bully, snobby rich person. Great, I've seen enough of those to know where this is going.
And it showed up again in Gravity Falls.
Yeah. As it slowly progressed, I started to wonder, what is the deep-lying part of this anger and this acting out? And then, as we discussed, we saw her father, so I was like, okay, check that off the list, it can't be her father. So, mother. Okay, either her mother is a jerk and is putting all this pressure on her and teaching her the teaching her thing, teaching her to be a snob and be mean. I didn't expect that. I honestly thought that her mom just wasn't paying enough attention or something like that. But I either thought her mom's a jerk, or 2, her mom is dead, gone, buried. And I thought, hey, that might be the reason. And then we saw her mom, and I'm like, oh, no, her mom isn't a person who just ignores their child. Her mom's just a jerk in general. Because she believes that rich people need to be jerks to the lower classes. Whatever. When I saw that, I was like, that's a good character. And then when Diamond Tiara stood up to her mom, I'm like, that was good. Because it showed kids that sometimes, even though an adult thinks they know what's right for you and how you should act, it doesn't necessarily mean that they should. That they do. Because my mom has, and I'm using personal experience here, my mom has several times told me that you are to obey and respect your parents unless they tell you to do 2 things. 1, that causes you to break the law, or 2, makes you break God's law. And one of real-life Christianity, God's laws, is respect your fellow human beings, no matter who they are. Straight, gay, lesbian, lower class, upper class, middle class, just respect them. And when you have a parent
Thank you! That's what Christianity keeps missing.
Yeah, and with that
Sorry,
character...
I had to apologize to my roommate.
And with the characters who do that, I'm just like... When I saw her mom, I'm like, you know, this is actually a good example of a parent who's just wrong. An adult who doesn't know what they're talking about. So I'm just sitting there like, props Hasbro, props DHX, you actually made a character that I didn't know I wanted to see, but once I saw it, I wanted it like chocolate.
Thank you for referencing SpongeBob and Commander Firebrand.
I love Firebrand. He's in Pittsburgh. That's like 2 hours away from my hometown.
Okay, anyway, back on the discussion on hand. Let's not get casual here.
Cash. So, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I thought that Diamond Tiara went through a very good character progression, albeit that her turning into a good like a lawful character, her redemption was a little rushed, but it went through. It
wasn't exactly that rushed. It was staged out. It was a lot better than Magical Mystery Cure. If you look back at the staging, it's 10 times better, at least.
Yeah.
And it's more of a Broadway-esque, whereas Magical Mystery Cure was a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
So would you say it's like on a gradual level of redemption, or was it like a... Okay,
it's
wonderful,
more of
you're now good.
It was a mix between the two that you're saying here. It's gradual, yet it was kind of rushed.
Yeah.
So it was like on the neutral ground, or the gray area.
It's on the gray area, but it has been building up for several seasons, so...
Yeah. So it was a gradual through several seasons, and then her redemption was good. It was a good lesson to teach the kids. And then, with Spoiled Rich, it was like, that's a good character. That's something you need. That's something that looks beautiful. Something to teach the kids. And give them food for thought.
And the way she sang, I'm like, oh my gosh.
That was some really good singing. Props. I love
singing.
Especially
when she did the Pony I Wanna Be, I'm like, she's just a baby Sunset Shimmer.
She's just a baby and needs help. Hashtag save Diamond Tiara, please.
Actually, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. Actually, the funny parallels of having an abusive parent. I don't know if you ever know about this, but there was the whole Save Keyframe thing a year ago or so.
Yeah, I was on top of that. I even brought it up to my church, and my church spread it out to several other churches in the area, and were like, hey, this girl needs help. Like, this girl, she needs to get out of there.
That's exactly how I felt when it came. That's the funniest parallel.
Alright, you two can discuss this. I gotta go for a quick second, because I've got...
Dinner?
I gotta...
Pee.
Relieve myself.
You can just say pee or whiz, it's fine.
I think you just figure that you want everything to be super G-rated, and, you know, there could be kids watching.
My nephews. My cousins and my nephew.
Well, no, I mean from a acting perspective, and I come from actually years.
It's because it's my family, and my dad would really be on me if I had, which is why I age restrict the ones that have all the cussing and such. Anyway,
okay,
again, we're getting too casual here.
Yeah. No, basically, I gotta say props to Shannon Kent Chan, who does the voice of Diamond Tiara.
No, it's Chantrell Strand, not Shannon.
Oh, really?
Shannon
man.
Can,
I'm
Shannon
thinking
Chan.
I get the names confused. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Again, guys, those of you who are commenting,
I'm sure they're gonna be
he's
like,
a casual fan. He's a casual fan. We're getting him in. That was quick.
I'm fast. It's a sonic toothbrush.
This man is a Jedi.
Sonic.
Oh, he's a sonic screwdriver. You know what? Turns out we're all just 3 different incarnations of the Doctor, guys.
Dibs on 10.
I'm the Black Doctor, because there's not one.
There's an African American Time Lord woman. Yeah, so I'm 10.
Well, I guess I'm 12 then.
Yeah, you need to be a little older for that. You're more Sylvester McCoy, because you got a fedora.
Oh, I'm 7, nice.
Hashtag I'm gonna miss Peter Capaldi when he leaves.
Okay, we might discuss. That might be our next discussion. That might be our next discussion for tomorrow. Anyway, guys. so for you guys, yeah, for me. So what do you say? Do you like her now, or do you still have a bit of a grudge?
I've always liked Diamond Tiara.
I like her.
I've always liked her. I've always liked her because, like, I liked her
You
as
know
a
what?
villain.
I will find the timestamp that you said you kind of hated her.
I did kind of hate her, but that was the thing. I loved to hate her. I hated what she did as a bully, but she was a great character, and that's why I loved her. And then her progression made me love her more, and now that she's gone through her redemption, I can officially say, yeah, I like her as a character. I think that she's good. I hope that they utilize her more in the future and, like, turn her into maybe a active supporter of the Cutie Mark Crusaders, maybe using her influence to help them out, help their cause.
I wouldn't be surprised she becomes the next mayor.
Yes. Mayor
Mayor.
Diamond Tiara, 2020. Same year Kanye is gonna run for president.
Yeah, let's not mention that. Let's not get my video flagged.
What is Kanye gonna do?
No. There's just... Well,
YouTube's weird like that. It's just one
Nobody
of those
exactly,
weird
that's
things,
exactly.
Nobody likes Kanye. Nobody likes Kanye.
Focus, boys.
Nobody likes Kanye.
Focus. Oh my gosh, my first roundtable discussion has already gone chaotic. Discord!
Sorry guys, we're
I'm howling at the moon.
Anyway, so, Scott, Hero,
yeah.
Rue, yeah. So, anything on Diamond Tiara?
Well, my personal experience, and as you guys know, I'm casual. I'm a casual fan. I'm just kind of, seeing a couple of episodes. The episodes I've seen her in, I was like, okay, this is an interesting character, and oh wow, so you just kind of did that to someone who's disabled. And again, all of us are autistic, so we all kind of probably have a much closer to home mark like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, but no, it's interesting, and knowing a little more of her backstory, I kind of hope that they show the divorce in this universe or something like that, because
Maybe.
if the mother is this chaotic and this harsh, you guys have been saying, I think for the safety of the child, for the child's well-being, I think that's kind of a really good choice or a good direction going.
Get her out of that poisoned home.
Yeah, anyway, like that. Yeah, it's like keyframe all over again. Somebody's got to get her out of there.
Because
Somepony,
I think, in a way, kids do kind of look up to their parents and absorb all that stuff. Like, there's a reason why you should never kind of cuss in front of your children. They'll pick up on it, no matter how young they are. They'll pick up on those behaviors, and little by little, it'll tiny bit influence them, and they'll kind of mimic that behavior.
All right, guys. That was good. That was good, fellas. So, how's about we wrap this up? Shall we?
I'm fine with that.
All right. Sure. Rue, you wrap up with your outro.
Okay. I'm RetroRue, and I hope to see you guys sometime, and that guy over there's probably flagging me going, nah. I'm kidding. Or am I? I'm secretly a Time Lord, guys.
Alright, I guess I'm next. As always, I'm the geeky journalist. Stay inquisitive, my friends.
And once again, this is Lightspeed of Lightspeed Reviews. And I hope you've enjoyed this roundtable discussion. Up next for our roundtable discussion, if you guys will agree with me on this one, we're going to be doing something a little bit more.
Oh, for something completely.
We're going to be doing, it's Digimon related.
Okay.
So our next character discussion is the main character of Digimon Adventure Tri, Taichi Yagami, aka Tai Kamiya. So,
Alright.
like I said, again, this is Lightspeed of Lightspeed Reviews, and I've got the Geeky Journalist and RetroRue here with me. I hope you've all enjoyed the ride.